Mountains National Park. It's July, what is today, 10th, I think? Yeah, well, it's Saturday morning. It's about 6 in the morning. I just got up here to the Klingman's Dome parking lot. Got a few days off, so I'm going to go walk around the woods for a little bit, stretch my legs. I'm going to start up here and head down Forney Ridge Trail. So in the meantime, I'm going to watch the sunrise here up at Klingman's Dome. Enjoy. All right, let's go hiking. I think it's about 7 o'clock now. I only have about, I think, 14 miles today. Mostly it's downhill. I'm gonna head to Poplar Flats campsite. So I'm gonna start up here at Forney Ridge, and it's gonna be a wet weekend. It looks like there's a 60% chance of rain every day. So you wouldn't know it by looking at the sky right now, but hopefully I can get to camp and get set up before the rain heads in. All right, still on the Forney Ridge Trail. The top part was kind of wet, muddy, and rocky, so I just took my time coming down there, make sure I didn't have a slip. And I'm kind of down here now in a different forest, and I just heard something big run down the side of the hill. I don't know if it was a bear or a pig or what, but stopped for a minute to see if I could see it, and it's so overgrown because it's July. And speaking of overgrown, this trail Just kind of overgrown in some parts, so I don't think this gets a lot of views, especially after Andrew's bald. So, but it's cool. Just been in the woods the whole time after Andrew's bald, but I like this type of hiking. So, sun's still out. I'm still moving forward. I don't know what these are. I guess they're maybe bee balm. Wild pigs. Whoop, whoop. I hear them huffing. Jeez. I thought it was a bear. I was like kind of checking it out. And then the pig started snorting and getting all pissed off at me. So, pigs. I can still hear them up there. All right, made it down to the Springhouse Branch Trail and Forney Ridge in the books. Cool trail. The top part was, like I said, rocky and a little technical, so you had to take your time, but the bottom half was more solid ground and cruising. So I did run into those wild pigs back there, which was, I guess, kind of cool. I don't know, I'm not really about the wild pigs since they're invasive here, but it's always exciting to see them. So I'm gonna take a eat break here and grab some water, and then I'm gonna be heading down the Forney Creek on Springhouse Branch 4.2. All right, currently on Springhouse Branch Trail. So it's pretty cruiser trail. It looks like actually it got some trail maintenance recently. Must have been a little overgrown because everything's cut down. So kind of nice, but you can really get a good stride on this trail. So a lot different than the Forney Ridge Trail. So maybe I'll make up some miles here on this stretch down to Forney Creek. That's my next stop. And I had 4.2 from the intersection with Forney Ridge on Springhouse Gap to Forney Creek. So I've probably done about a mile. So, but like I said, pretty cruiser. Just saw a big old bear. He was sitting right there. And I rounded this corner and he took off down the hill. He was probably about an 80-pound. So probably a juvenile. So really cool. He's down there somewhere. Maybe I'll cross paths with him again. Looks like this kind of wraps around. I see you. I spotted him. Tell me, are you the one getting all these campsites closed down here on Forney Creek? Huh? Are you the one? Huh? You just got to stay out of people's food, all right? Go back to eating grubs and berries and all those other things bears eat. All right, well, if you're gonna take a nap, I'm just gonna keep walking. I hope, oh shit. Okay, so he is right on the trail. The trail wraps around. He is literally right on the trail. Oh my gosh. If you can see right in front of him, that is the trail. Dear Lord. All right, well, you gotta move, dude. Thought I could leave you alone, but you gotta move. You gotta move. Go on. Go. Go on. Kind of make my way down a little bit. Keep an eye on him. There he goes. He's wandering off. Kind of. For fuck's sakes. Now, if you see, I do a switchback right towards him. It's right down in there. Let's see if I'll step on a branch. There he is. Go on. Go. Go on. Go on. See him? Go on. Go on. Go. Go on. Go. 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 Get out of here. Go. Go. Now he's up above me. Shit. Go. Go! Go on! Nice job. All right, made it down to Forney Creek. Cool. So there's, I'm gonna hike the 1.2 up the Jonas Creek trail and then back, because I haven't done that section yet. And then I will be heading back this way and then 2.4 down the Bear Creek. And I'm actually camping on Bear Creek. I'll hike like 3 miles of it up to the campsite. So I got about, let's see here, 2.4, 4.8, like 7 or 8 miles left for the day. So, but yeah, that bear I saw was 0.2 up the Springhouse Branch trail. So I'm wondering if it's that booger is getting all these campsites closed, because I had reservations for one of them and they got canceled. So, all right, who knows? Well, on up Forney Creek to Jonas Creek. Trails turn into a rock bed. Man. Should be getting the Jonas Creek intersection here in just a second. But there's a big up and down in between here and Springhouse Branch. Looks like it's maybe like a reroute. And you got this, and then the rest of it's pretty much overgrown. So It always seems to take longer than it does. Hooray! All right, I'm gonna take a long break. I'm gonna jump in that creek. I am stinky. It's really humid out, but I'm gonna go across this bridge, and there's a campsite right on the other side. I'm gonna have a long lunch break. This is the campsite that's closed. A big old chimney there, and it's right next to the Forney Creek, so that's pretty cool. So I just came down that way, and I'm going to keep heading down Forney Creek towards Bear Creek. So we just got hit with a big downpour. It started thundering really close, and then it just opened up, but the sun's out now, so it'll probably get humid. So yeah, that's the story. This bottom of Forney Ridge is pretty, I don't know, horses use it, so there's some big mud holes and stuff you got to kind of navigate around, but and you're kind of above the creek a lot. So this is one of the few times I've been down near Forney Creek, so I'm going to stop here and enjoy this. Oh man, this Bear Creek trail does not mess around. Right off the bat, it's just climbing. I mean, I know it's got to eventually go up, but we've been at a pretty decent grade since leaving Forney Creek. And it's humid out, I'm sweating like crazy, and it's just straight up. So I'm taking a lot of baby steps and breaks, and I'm just gonna try to get to camp. So I'll just see you up there. All right, I got off trail somewhere. Ended up here at the dead end. It's a little cemetery. But I mean, the trails, I mean, looks like a trail to me. I don't know where I missed the staying on the Bear Creek, but I guess I've got to backtrack now and figure it out. Here's where I goofed. Bear Creek goes up that way, and I went across this nice looking bridge and up the trail that looks like a Smoky's trail. It's just as clear and nice as that one, and went all the way up and to the cemetery. So those people must be pretty popular and get a lot of visitors, because the trail was pretty clear and nice the way up there. It was just really steep, so that's a bummer. But on the way back down, I did spook another bear, and saw him run up the hill into the woods, but kind of a bummer, kind of like almost back at the beginning. So onwards we go. Starting to hear thunder. I hope that mistake isn't costly. I should be in camp right now, but instead I'll probably be another 45 minutes or an hour to get there. So stuff like that happens. You just gotta shrug your shoulders and don't do it again. Check your maps, your GPS. Maybe this is why all the bears are out. They look ripe. Holy moly. It's like a car wash through here. Holy cow, like I literally just got this set up and it just started pouring. I got pulled all my stuff under here. I hope it lets up in a little bit, because I got to eat and go get water. So, wow, talk about timing. 5 minutes later and I would have been soaked. All right. All right, here's my home at campsite 75. Looks like I'm gonna be the only one here tonight. We're right next to a creek. Still drizzling a little bit. Still some thunder in the area, so I don't know what we're gonna get tonight. So I'll make sure I tighten things up before I go to bed. Today for dinner, we're doing the Trailtopia Cajun smack chicken and rice. Got a lot of veggies in there. Hope it's good. It's still hot. Oh, it looks good. Looks real good. What's that? It's gonna warm me up. I'm gonna eat this, clean up, go to bed. It's been a long day. Right, good night. Another epic day in the Smokies. I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm pretty beat. I did a lot more miles than I anticipated. I probably did about 18, 19 probably. Tomorrow shouldn't be that bad of a day, knock on wood. Hopefully I don't get lost again. And hopefully the rain holds out tonight, but I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night. All right, started day 2. So I just noticed I set up right underneath the hornet's nest. Luckily they kind enough to let me share their space with them. So I'm all packed up, ready to hit the trail. I just left campsite 75. I'm heading up Bear Creek towards Welsh Ridge, and then I'm gonna go check out High Rocks. So that's the next step. But I think I got about a little under 3 miles uphill to the top, so a little socked in down here. It's humid, so I just burn off from all the wetness and dampness down here. Bear Creek is steep right after the campsite. I should be about a little less than a mile from the top. Just been taking some breaks. It's really humid. So, quite the climb first thing in the morning. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a climb. Let's see. Okay, meeting up with the High Rock Trail. 0.8 to Cold Spring Gap and then down that. So I'm gonna take a break. Little overgrown. Just a little. Wow, geez, come on. These are pretty. All right, let's go check out High Rock. I doubt there'll be any views, but maybe this fog will clear up by the time I get up there. Oh, I made it up to High Rock and no views today. So we're just gonna have to imagine the amazing view that's from here. I've seen it before. I think you can see Fontana Lake out there and all the surrounding mountains. So it's still early. I might wait another 15 minutes. I just had lunch. I've been waiting for it to clear up, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. And then of course, I had to sit in the chair because that's what you gotta do when you come up here. So I'll give it 15 minutes, and then if not, I'm gonna head back down the 0.4 down the Welsh Ridge and then hop on the Cold Spring Gap trail. .6 down the Hazel Creek. That's where I'm camping tonight. So I'll get there early, which is probably a good thing because they're calling for 60% chance of thunderstorms around 3. So I should be down there by then. And I'm going to get set up, and then I'm going to take a hike up Bone Valley and back. So a little day hike. Once I get set up, it'll be fun. I'm on the Cold Spring Gap trail. This is what it's looking like. Yeah, I can see the trail, so that's good. The rocks are slippery, the roots are slippery, so just gotta pace myself going down here. So this is, I've talked to people, and this is what they say is the low on the fun meter, this trail. So I guess it joins up with an old creek bed, and you hike down that for a bit. Haven't got to that part yet, but I am going down it instead of up, so they said that was the wise choice, so that's good. So, all right, we keep fighting through this stuff. Man, it's really great to get out here. I love this place. This trail really hasn't been that bad. Maybe I would have second opinion if I was going up it. But yeah, I haven't seen anybody today, which is really nice. Just got the woods and the creek. My thoughts? I only saw a few people yesterday and they were all on Forney Creek, so pretty awesome. So I'm heading down to this campsite, but I think there's a few other people staying there. It's a pretty popular campsite, so should be down there in a little bit. I got about a mile left. Check that guy out. He is big. I don't know what kind it is. He's kind of green, so I wonder. To look it up, but I'm gonna let him be. He's on my way. All right, Cold Spring Gap in the books. This is interesting. Got pretty wet on it, and a lot of creek crossings, especially that last one where you couldn't really avoid but to ford it. And I took a big spill, so I stepped on a wet rock about halfway down the trail and ended up on my side, so not too bad, just a little cut, but all right, so I'm heading down to Bone Valley next trail, and then my campsite should be right at the intersection there. All right, I made it to camp. I forget what number it is. I think maybe 83. It's on Hazel Creek, Bone Valley. A nice little spot. Thought I'll have a fire. And I'm right on Hazel Creek, so it's a really sweet spot. And then I got a couple bear kibbles. There's a group up front. It's a really big campsite, but I'm fine back here. This is gonna be great. So I'm gonna chill out for a while, relax, and then I'm gonna go hike Bone Valley and back. I'm just gonna take all the stuff out of my pack and just bring some food and snacks and do the 1.8 up and 1.8 back. All right, let's go check out Bone Valley Trail. Glad I went and got set up because we just had a downpour for about 20 minutes and then the sun came back out. So packing light too, so hopefully I'll get up there and back in good time and start cooking dinner. So the Bone Valley Trail just basically follows this creek, and you're on an old road the whole time. Easy walking so far. This will be my third ford. I think there's one more. And then of course you gotta ford them on the way back. So up here at the end of the Bone Valley Trail, there is a cabin called the Crest Cabin, built in 1880. So looks in pretty good shape still, and they still get their grass cut, so that's nice. But yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here, probably on the steps or the porch, and have a snack, drink some water, and head back. I do want to correct one statement I made earlier. There are 5 water crossings on the way up here, 5, not 4. So there'll be 5 on the way back too. So I'm just gonna hang out here for about 15 minutes and head back to camp. Just listening to Mr. Owl while I'm at the cabin having lunch. All right, dinner tonight is Ostentatious Tortilla Soup by Packet Gourmet. Looks good. Chipotle chicken, cilantro rice, black beans, and corn with hot sauce. Can't wait, can't wait. So, went down the creek, cleaned myself off a little bit, and put on some new shorts, so I feel like $1 million. I'm just gonna eat dinner, have a snack, and relax around the camp. Hopefully it doesn't rain tonight. Because I don't like packing up a wet camp. I'm not sure many people that do, but we'll see. All right, good night. It's about 7 o'clock, but I am done eating, cleaned up, got the food hung, and I'm just gonna lay in my hammock and just relax. So campsite 83 is really cool. It's huge. Right on the creek, love it. So great sound to listen to while you're sleeping. So tomorrow, day 3. Good morning. Started day 3. I'm on the Hazel Creek trail. I'm probably about 2 miles up. I was up and hiking by 6:40 this morning, so that was nice. Just been walking on this old road, just a bunch of gravel and dirt, so walking's not too bad this morning. I've probably already gone about 2 miles, and yeah, I had a great night last night. There was a couple people camping above me, and they were fellow Kentuckians, and they came down and offered me a little bourbon, so I couldn't turn that down. And then just crawled in my hammock and watched all the lightning bugs at dusk, and then just fell right asleep. It was great. I had a good night's sleep, so hopefully I'm nice and recharged for today. So I'm almost to campsite, I think 84 on Hazel Creek. So I might take a little break there. Alright, so I think I have to board this thing another like 18 times maybe, 20. So game on. 4.5 up the Welsh Ridge. And look at the bridge. I don't know how many of these. I heard there's a lot of fords, so I don't know if this counts as one. Alright, back on the single track trail. That road walk was nice, I'm not going to complain because I made good time. But now we're back in the woods. Making our way up the Welsh Ridge. Alright, so on Hazel Creek I got about a mile and a half, maybe two, to Welsh Ridge, and it got dark. The skies just got dark, so just keeping my ears open for thunder. And I get some rain here. I mean, it's not like I'm not getting wet anyway. But pretty hike, man. This Hazel Creek's really pretty. The trail's a little crazy, but the creek is just really nice. pretty much follows the creek the whole way. So pretty cool. This is a cool little waterfall in Hazel Creek. I took a little side trail. It's not actually the trail. I think the trail goes left and then there's one that goes right, and I'm going uphill. So I wasn't sure and I just guessed, and then I ended up here. So this is definitely worth checking out if you're on Hazel Creek. Really cool. So this is a different waterfall about 15 minutes up from that last one I was at. Really neat. I lost count how many this is, so there's a lot. One of the most frustrating things about hiking in the Smokies is looking for that trail sign on a climb. Just never seems to come. Yeah, I knew it was like 9.1 miles from camp to the Welsh Ridge intersection. My health app says I've gone 10.2. You know, that's pretty typical. I just should get used to it. But yeah, just keeps going up. So it really hasn't been that bad of a climb. Hazel Creek, it's been nice and mellow. So looking forward to getting to that Welsh Ridge intersection. Taking a little break. that is a pretty sight. Yes. All right, sweet. I made it down to the Welsh Ridge Trail. Good deal. I'm gonna take a long break here. I need to eat something, and then I'm gonna do the 1.8 up to the Appalachian Trail. Start heading back to the truck. I'm kind of glad I'm hiking out today because my left foot's been bugging me. It's like on this side of my foot, and it just hurts every once in a while. And I checked it last night, and I was like pushing on it, and I couldn't feel anything, but I don't know what's wrong with it. It's just kind of hit or miss. So go and see what happens. It feels bruised, which is weird. So I'm gonna pop a couple of Advil and get up to my truck. Welsh Ridge is great because you're on a ridge, you get this air coming through here. Really nice. That's where I'm heading. Most of these trails I've been on have been overgrown, but you know, it's the summertime, so there's a lot of nice sticky briars and other plants. So you can still see the trail if you look down, so that's good. Onwards and onwards. So here's somewhat of a view from Welsh Ridge. I think I'm heading up into those clouds there. All right, so I just left a double spring gap shelter, and right when I left the Welsh Ridge, literally, like, I was still at the sign, the skies opened up and I got poured on. I mean, it was like zero visibility rain for about 10 minutes, and then it stopped. But man, I just want to talk about the volunteers down here, because they were a group of like 5 or 6 down at the shelter, and they were cleaning the privy. They had like hazmat suits on, so I know people think, like, you know, don't think about putting stuff in the privy, you know, but somebody has to clean it up. They were finding underwear. They found a carton of eggs, tampons, Mountain Dew bottles. I mean, don't put that stuff in there, man. Like, people got to come clean literally your shit up. So, and then they said they had to turn the poop over, and they said it was composting, but you know, just thank goodness for these volunteers. So they had about 3 garbage bags full of garbage out of one privy. So just, you know, heads up. And, you know, these trails and privies and shelters, you know, there are people out here working hard to keep them nice for us. So next time you see a volunteer, say thank you. almost to Klingman's. I'm on the Appalachian Trail still, so I'm not actually going to go up to Klingman's. I'm going to take the Klingman's bypass trail because I've never done that trail, so doesn't look like I'm going to get a view anyway. All right, I'm gonna hop on Klingman's down bypass trail to avoid the crowds. Gonna be heading down that way. Point 6 back to the parking lot. Home stretch. Well, I made it. Another great trip in the Smokies. My feet could use some care though. Must have rained a lot up here. My bed in my truck's like a swimming pool. Time to grab some food and beer, head home.